My guest is a young entrepreneur who is the CEO of several businesses. His first dream was on the track as a talented 400-meter hurdles athlete at Dinthill High School, Jamaica College, and later at Racers Track Club. An unexpected injury forced him to leave the sport, but what followed wasn't defeat, but reinvention. He shares his story. My guest is Owayne Russell. Welcome to Mind Over Matter, JM Owayne.
Thank you for having me, Miss Boyne.
Yes, man, it's a pleasure. I'm looking forward to talking to you.
And it's my pleasure to be here.
Yeah, man. So take us back to the beginning of your journey before the businesses. Tell me where you're from originally and tell me about growing up.
So I'm Owayne Russell, as Miss Boyne stated. I'm from St. Catherine in a small community out in Bagwalk. They call it Boazud. Boazud. So if you're familiar with Bagwalk High School, it's about 5 minutes away from Bagwalk High School. Growing up for me, I had a very simple life. My mom owned a shop. I grew up with my stepfather, younger brother, younger sister. Simple country life.
Mm-hmm. So did you always have an entrepreneurial spirit?
To answer your question, I would say yes, because, when my mom normally leave me in the shop, she realized that when she come back, the money normally increase. So at the time, I had realized a psychology in making money in the shop at the time. So the psychology behind that would be I would have to turn the radio up and get all the people to come down, all the young females in and out of the community to hear the radio and come down.
Or probably to see you.
Probably to see me. And then I would increase the sales. So that was a little formula that I had then. So to answer your question, yes.
So your mother had a shop.
Yes.
Okay, so that means that you were part of that, man.
Yeah.
So were you a student who was always selling something, at school?
Pretty much, because, all right, I'll carry all the way back to Dinthill Technical High School. So I was the president for the camera club at Dinthill Technical High School. At the time, I figured something out how to print photos using your printer and, print photos for cash at the time. So what I would do, I would buy the retail ink, connect it to the printer, take a picture there and then they give me $300 for that.
Okay.
And at that period of time, I would have made about 40,000 Jamaican dollars at the time, which was a lot of money at the time. And to some people now, still a lot of money.
Oh, but you were already also an athlete at Dinthill High.
All right. So track and field, for me at Dinthill, that was an emotional process because being at Dinthill, I didn't start track and field until around grade 10. Because coming from my primary school, I was always a champion boy coming from my primary school. But being at Dinthill, I was more about education. I was more about business. I was more about school. So at the time, I didn't see it fit to do track and field until in grade 10. My friend at that time, came to me and he was always encouraging me to try out the track team because everybody in my class knew that I was pretty much fast. One day, I ran at a physical education class and then the physical education teacher saw me and said, hey, I'm not leaving unless this guy joins the track team. And everything pretty much started there for me. I ran my first race at Kirkvine. I remember running a 400 meter and I think I ran 51.3. And but that time it was a good time.
Good, yeah.
And then from there, I would have transitioned from Dinthill to Jamaica College.
Okay.
So I got a scholarship.
So you got a scholarship to Jamaica College?
Yes, I got a scholarship to Jamaica College. And that's how I moved from Dinthill Technical High School to Jamaica College. And that process was a rough process also. So yes.
So what was your performance like at JC?
As it regards to academic or track and field?
Track and field.
Exceptionally well. Exceptionally well. While I was at Jamaica College, I would have met Coach Glenn Mills. A lot of people familiar with Coach Glenn Mills. That's Usain Bolt coach. And then Coach saw my talent, like my height as an athlete, like my mindset as an athlete. And then, he would have guided me from Jamaica College and helped me to get a scholarship at the University of the West Indies.
Okay, so you got a scholarship to UAE?
Yes, and it was an academic scholarship.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't just a track and field scholarship. No, it was because of academic as well. Because I was exceptionally well when it comes to academic.
That's very good, man.
Yes.
So what were you supposed to be studying? What were you studying at UA?
All right. So my dream at that moment was to do mechanical engineering, because coming from Dinthill Technical High School, I had a mechanical background at Dinthill Technical High School. Having graduated from Dinthill Technical High School as the most outstanding mechanical engineering student, mechanical drawing student, so I was more of a technical student. So when I transitioned now to Jamaica College, I didn't really get to excel in the engineering aspect. So I would have relegated my educational skills to tourism and business. So I applied at university for mechanical engineer. I got accepted, but I couldn't do that because of my track and field obligations.
Okay, I see.
Yes.
But glad the Lord had something to say. Really, this business you were supposed to do.
Pretty much. Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, man. So talk a little about your racers journey.
All right, so it was strange at first. It was a lot to take in, because at the time, meeting Coach Glenn Mills was like a dream come true for me, because my friend and I, we used to sit under a mango tree every day and talk about if we would meet like a Usain Bolt, Coach Glenn Mills, Johan Blake, and all of these legends. So now, seeing all of that manifesting, it was surreal. It was a lot to take in. Being at UA, I think I got carried away a little bit with the hype, because I thought I was famous. But I wasn't really the famous one. I was around the famous people. And then I think in my second year, because my first year at UA, I would have failed about 3 courses because I wasn't really
focused.
I wasn't focused, and I wasn't attending the lecture classes. I thought I could have done the same thing like high school. I sought some work, and then it wasn't like that at UA. So my transition from Jamaica College to UA and Racers, it was kind of a little bit difficult, but I had Coach Mills to guide me. Then, Coach Mills really stepped up, and he really helped me out financially and psychologically and stuff. So all credits to Coach Mills when it comes to that aspect of my life. So yes.
Okay. So you're at Racers and you had an injury.
All right. So, so while being at Racers, it wasn't that I had the injury directly at Racers. So my best friend, I would have carried my best friend from Bagwalk, St. Catherine to come over to Kingston to help guide me. And I wanted to give my best friend the opportunity to coach me. And as a result of that, I asked Coach if I could have my best friend coach me while I represent Racers, because I don't want to make it look like I got injured on the Racers program, because
I see what you mean.
that's a very technical topic when it comes to athletes, where you get injured and stuff. Being at Racers, I wasn't injured. I just didn't think I was progressing the way I wanted to.
So you left Racers, or you were just getting training outside of?
So I was at Racers for about 3-4 years. And then after that, I kind of asked my friend to coach me while representing Racers. And then things kind of take time and faded away until I moved away from Racers. Not because things were really bad at Racers or anything. Yeah.
I understand. So tell me about the injury and how it forced you, stopped your career then.
All right. So in 2019, 2020, I was actually at the gym. I was doing some explosive lifting at the gym. And then I started to have like shortness of breath. So at the time, I would have mentioned it to my coach, and he was like, okay, go outside and get some fresh air. And went outside, got some fresh air. Next thing I remember, I was passed out. They rushed me to the hospital. They said I was having a panic attack. So went home. While being at home, being catered by families and friends, I realized that I wasn't improving. So my sickness wasn't improving. I was still feeling weak. My breathing was feeling off, only to go back to the hospital and realize that I had strained a muscle on my heart. And, after that, nothing was the same after that. I tried to continue training, and then, I was afraid. I didn't recover mentally. So every time I feel certain pressure, it would have reminded me of that struggle that I would have went through then. But I'm good now. I'm good.
It was a heart. That's a major
Yes,
organ.
because I was taking a supplement. I was taking a C4 supplement, and I think I had overdosed on the supplement.
Is that
And
so?
yes, and it actually caused the muscles in my heart to expand a little bit and strain some muscles around my heart. So
Okay.
that's what really slowed down my track and field.
So you stopped track and field totally, and how the transition into business?
Okay, so even while I was training, I was still doing my business. I was still moving around with my product, Stamina Boost. I was still moving around with.
So when did you launch that product?
In 2020, end of 2020.
Oh, that was during your career, during your track career?
Doing my track and field.
Oh,
so it was during the process I was actually looking into taking my brand to the next level.
Okay, so tell me about the launching of.
All right, so the name of my company.
The name of the company
is actually F&F, 5-Star Limited.
5-Star Limited.
And the abbreviation, the meaning behind it is actually families and friends.
Oh, good.
So I didn't name my company. My father actually named the company.
Oh.
So we started out the company boiling roots, authentic Jamaican roots. So my father used to boil roots and stuff. So while COVID period and everything, I was actually home. I wasn't doing a lot of track and field training. I was trying to find myself. So I remember I used to race over to my father to get some of his authentic Jamaican roots. It was so good and the effect on my body was good. All the man them know me at that, but the effect on my body was good. So I was like, okay, all right. So I told my father, say, hey, I think I want to start a company, start a business. My father, when it comes to the business, I'm the mind behind the business. But as it regards to the practicalities like boiling the roots,
he would be the one.
Yeah, when to harness stuff and certain things, he understood that aspect of the business. I would just have to understudy him and understand that aspect of the business also. To honor my father, I had a different name for the company. And I asked him and I said, what you want me to name the business? And he said, 5-Star. And I was like, 5-Star? 5-Star sound common. He must say, no man, 5-Star. I said, okay then. When I went to company's office, 5-Star was already taken, so I had to go. I said, okay, F&F. Families and friends. So that's how 5-Star actually started. We started out with authentic Jamaican roots, but after I was on the road with the product, I realized that I had to be doing a lot of damage control as it regards to roots, because people actually have a wrong concept or perception when it comes to roots.
Authentic roots.
Authentic roots. So the mindset that a lot of people have is that people now boil roots like one time, pure sugar in the bottle, it's not fermented, them now harvest the herbs at the right time. So I had to do a lot of damage control. It was very depressing at first. And I said, I'm going back to the drawing board. I was actually on the internet and I saw 5-Hour Energy. I don't know if you're familiar with 5-Hour Energy.
No.
So it's a product that's in a small bottle. It's owned by an Indian. And the company is actually valued at about 5 billion euros. So I was like, this company with this small product valued at 5 billion? So I started to do an understudy and I said, okay, I'm going to create a product here in Jamaica similar to that. And I said, okay, what am I going to call this product? And I said, no, I'm going to make the name of the product, sell the product. And that's why I came up with Stamina Boost. So Stamina Boost is an authentic mixture of herbs, natural herbs and spices, and it also helps to increase your blood flow. So that's how Stamina Boost was formed and Stamina Wine was formed.
Interesting. So what was the process like now, getting it on the shelves?
It was a difficult process because first I would have to go through Bureau standard. I would have failed many tests at Bureau standard. So it was a continuous trial. But the thing with Bureau standard, they accommodated me. They helped me through the process. So it's not like they turned their back on me. They actually guided me through the process. Got the approval from Bureau Standard. I remember approaching my first location, introducing myself, introducing the product, and they told me no. But my mindset, every no is closer to a yes. So I decided to say, I'm going until I got one person. And when I got one person, then I got 2, then I got 3 gas stations, 4 gas stations, 5 gas stations, and then now I would have solidified the pitch on how to approach each location with the product.
So how did you deal with like rejection? Because I'm sure a lot of no's.
That's one of the things With track and field, you learn how to deal with disappointment over a period of time. So for me, it's, as I said, it's a mindset. Spiritually, I'm connected, and mentally, I'm driven. So when I pray a prayer and I go on the road, once I feel like that prayer is fulfilled, then I'm going home. So if you tell me no, it's like, okay, on to the next one.
Next one.
So it's not like the rejection, I would be disrespectful. You know, I'm more like, I'm not going to stop until you accept me, you know. Hear what? Take 2 free. Give your husband. Give your friend. So, you know, for every rejection, I would normally give out some product free at the location. So that wasn't a deterrent for me. Yes. So that's how I dealt with rejection, actually.
So how is the business doing?
Well, actually. So we're actually in a transitional phase right now because I want to start doing exportation with the product, but it's a little bit more technical. So I'm actually in that process right now. Locally, we should be in about 120 locations. Ruby's gas station, Total gas station, Blaze gas station, K&M supermarket. It's actually owned by a Jamaican. That guy gave me my first real break. He was the first K&M supermarket. K&M. Clock Tower Plaza. They're actually Portmore and they're Crossroad and Rallington Town. That gentleman gave me my first break. He would have been the first one that would have ordered 5 cases of this, 5 cases of this, and at the time, 5 cases of the roots. And that was when I made pretty much my first $100,000 in the business. And I was like, whoa, one location may make this? Got motivated and I started to push more. So thanks to K&M.
But what about persons will say, though, Owayne, they have a business idea, but it takes then shorter a take over money for start. What was that like for you?
The money aspect, you see, as an entrepreneur, I don't think about the money first. It's probably strange to you, but as an entrepreneur, I think about the execution of the idea first. The money is normally the last thing. I just need 1 case to start. And I'll figure out how to get 1 case. I don't need 10, 15, 20, and 30 cases. I need 1 case to start. 1 case is for $8,000.
So small steps.
1 case is for $8,900, and that's $16,900. And the $16,900 give me 5 cases, and that's how 5 cases turn into 10, and 10 turn into 15, and 15 turn into 20. So you don't have to start big in business, and that's a misperception that a lot of people have, that you need a lot of money to start. You just need to start small. And find the right connection. Pretty much.
So you have family members helping you in the business. You have other employees as well?
So my father helped me, my uncle, I employ my uncle, my aunt, I employ my aunt, Adrian, I employ Adrian, and other family members normally come around, and my sister helped me also and stuff. So it's a collective effort. It's not me alone, so I don't want you guys to think it's me alone. It's a collective effort of people that make this dream come to reality.
So what is it like now? You're an employer. How do you manage your employees? I mean, they're family members. So.
Respect. I'm big on respect. So pretty much treat me like how you want me to treat you. Give me respect and I'll give you respect. Show up to work on time, you get paid on time. No problem. So it's all respect. Everybody respect me. They see the work that I put in. I'm not the type of employer to come and point finger. I do the dirty work. We do the construction work. We do the lifting of cement. We do the laying of the block. We do the plumbing work. We do every single work you can think of.
Oh.
Yes, so it's just a mindset. I love what I do. Yes.
All right, so let's talk about your other businesses, because you have more than one. You have several. I see you in your hardware.
Yes. So
I see you on social media.
So this is actually Owayne's Hardware, and this is our hat, Owayne's Hardware. So I started this business in 2024, pretty much because a friend inspired me to start the hardware. So my friend was the one that was actually selling hardware items out of his backpack. I encouraged him to get a location. He told me that the location was actually doing well. So with the business mind that I have, my community that I came from, Bagwa Bawazun, I realized that it was a niche to have.
So
hardware now is more like it's a niche business. So I sell convenience to the people of the community, because that community is 15, 20 minutes out of the town. And that community is actually the entrance to 5 other communities. So I sell convenience, and that's how my hardware survive. So my hardware price might be a little bit more. For a bag of cement, it might be 2,000. In the town, it might be 1,900 or 1,850, but I sell convenience. So you don't have to go in the town. You don't have to go through the hassle. You don't have to go through the stress and the wear and tear on your car. So I sell convenience in hardware.
So how are you looked upon in your community?
I'm heavily respected. I'm young, but a lot of people respect me. A lot of people motivate me. Of course, you're going to get fight in business. If you don't get fight in business, that means you're not anything at all. You're not growing, or you're not doing something beneficial. I mean, but how they look at me as a young leader, I motivate them as well. You know, I try to help as much people as possible. A lot of people, my peers, people that I would have grown up with there, would have come back to me for help. And I help them how I can. You understand? I give the guys their work, construction work. Sometimes the truck come with the cement. I'll give them days work. So I try my best to give back to the community. Yeah.
All right. And the other business, you have a...
All right. So pretty much right now I'm venturing into real estate. That's something...
Real estate.
So that's something that I'm not going to talk heavily on, but I'm venturing into real estate right now. So pretty much I'm looking into affordable housing. That's something in the pipeline. So I'll talk more about that. That's in the pipeline.
So 3 different industries.
I read a lot, pray a lot. Read a lot and pray a lot.
Okay.
I'm very spiritual. You know?
So you'd say that the Lord has has led you to all these different...
I get dreams. You know, I get dreams. Sometimes I go to my bed. I cannot sleep. And I'll be sleeping and wake up 2 o'clock, and I have to write down these things. You know, the Lord give me a manuscript and say, hey, wake up, do this exactly like that. Even when I was expanding on the building for the hardware to go upstairs, a lot of people, my family, my mom, everybody was against it. They didn't want me to go upstairs for reasons. And the Lord gave me a manuscript and said to me, go upstairs, follow this route and do it exactly like that. And that's exactly what I did. So you have to be spiritually guided, spiritually in tune to receive such blessing from the Lord. So it's not like when your back is against the wall, you're going to always show gratitude. When things going good, sometimes I just go down on my knees and I pray. And I say, God, what's next? I feel stressed out, I feel depressed. How am I supposed to approach it? And then give me the guidance.
And I'm sure now your parents will be are more able to trust your decisions now.
Yes.
Say, whatever you decide, we know the Lord has led you to that.
I mean, my parents, they still treat me like a little kid. You know, but as it regards to my judgment, yes, they realize that when it comes on to business, my mindset is different. And I keep preaching about mindset. It's a mindset thing.
And mind over matter, that's right.
Mind over matter.
That's what we're about.
Yes, and you have to read a lot.
Yeah. So tell me now, what is a typical day like for you? Because that's so normal.
So, all right, so I wake up 4:35, like I'm still training. 4:35, I pray. So because I try to do a little influence on social media, I'll probably try to make a little video just to encourage and motivate. You know, I'll do a little clip, quick and fast. All right, I look at my schedule and I say, okay, then, all right, I need to go buy the hardware. I need to top up this with the hardware. My business partner and I, we just come together and we say, okay, then we're going to go there and get that, drop off the stuff by the hardware. I say, okay, I have 15 cases over there. I have 10 cases over there. I deliver the cases and stuff. Okay, I have some guys over there cleaning up the land. I need to liaison with them. And that's how my days is every day.
Full.
Every day. Every day. But I thank God every day.
Well, I'm sure when you get more employees and all of that, you'll probably do less, later on.
I'm trying my best, my parents and family, everybody is trying to tell me to slow down.
Yeah.
Everybody is trying to tell me to slow down.
You should.
Eventually.
Okay.
But yes.
All right, what is one thing you wish someone had told you about entrepreneurship before you actually started? You know, that you wish you didn't have to experience it on your own.
It's entrepreneurship is harder than being employed. So a lot of people feel, hey, I want to leave my 9 to 5 and to be my own boss. It don't work the way.
What a responsibility.
It don't work the way. It don't work that way.
Yes.
Because you have to pay yourself, you have to pay your staff, you have to pay everybody. If you feel sick, you have to wake up, you have to go on the road, you have to hustle the same way. So I wish somebody would have told me, say, hey, it's harder than getting a 9 to 5.
Okay, a lot of persons, young people, as you say, are becoming entrepreneurs. What other advice would you share or to give to someone who say, boy, I want to start a business. Where do I start?
Where do you start? Write it down and start. You don't need a lot to start. And they need to read a lot. 0 to 1, 0 to 100, out within the devil. You start by reading, gaining enough knowledge, and you just put your best foot to the test. You just start. You just need 1 to start. Not 2, not 3, 1 to start. That's how you start.
Your story is also about rebounding, facing a setback, redirection. What message would you have to give to a young person who feels that a door has been closed?
So if a door has been closed, create a window.
That's a good one.
And it's as simple as that, create a window. So if you're trying left and it's not working for the left, you try the right. If you're trying the right and it's not working for the right, try down. If down is not working, try up. Impossible is nothing. Usain Bolt always say it. Limit is nothing. You put limit on yourself. Again, it goes back to the mental capacity that you have.
Mindset.
The mindset. Just keep going.
All right. So do you have any persons that you want to say thank you to who has helped you during this journey?
So I have so much people that I want to say thank you to, but let me start with my parents. Thank you to my mother, my father, my stepfather. A lot of people don't know that he's not my biological father.
Oh, really?
So his name is Orlando Thompson. Thank you so much, Pops. You know, because sometimes we are man and we mature, sometimes we not say, we love you and stuff, we love you so much. Helped me so much. Adrian Harper, the daughter of late Cedric Harper. She helped me a lot.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Coach Glenn Mills helped me so much. Gregory Little, another coach, helped me so much. And my then friend, Aminike Lewin.
Okay.
Thank you so much for helping me on this journey.
All right. I noticed that you mentioned Glenn Mills again.
Yes.
Would you say that what you have learned or your track career has really helped you in your business?
Every aspect of my life taught me discipline, because when I was at the university, where all the distractions were, that point would have taught me discipline to wake up in the morning, to be at training, to hydrate properly, to make sure I'm taking my supplement properly. I remember one time I was late and coach gave me a warning. Said, this is not high school. Drop your pants. Tighten your belt. So yeah, definitely taught me a lot when it comes on to the discipline aspect of business. Yeah.
Owayne, it was great talking to you.
It was my pleasure.
It was a lovely interview, and I'm sure my listeners and my audience will, especially young people, would have learned a lot.
Yes.
And I want to say all the best for your business, and I'm sure that you're going to the other dream of yours or the other plan that you have.
It's in motion.
Yes, I'm sure that will materialize and it will be a success.
Thank you for having me.
I'm going to try this too.